So I know you are planning to ship your goods by sea, okay? But there are some things you need to understand in ocean shipping. So before you jump on shipping, so in this video, I want to explain some commonly used terms in shipping, so as to be able to fully understand if you are consulting a freight forwarder, if you are consulting a logistic agent. Probably you're in Nigeria, you are thinking of sending your goods to Canada, and you are consulting with an agent to help you ship your goods to Canada through the sea. This video is going to help you. It will give you a background of understanding to how shipping by ocean or by the sea works. Shipping by sea is far cheaper than shipping by air, and sometimes it may be more appropriate for your business or for your individual need to ship by the sea. Although it can be it can take from 6 weeks to 8 weeks, 9 weeks sometimes, because it's usually more slower than air. So but sometimes shipping by sea might be more appropriate. So in this video, I want to talk about some of the commonly used terms to be able to give you some background on how shipping by sea works. So my name is Jide. I'm a logistic agent. I help individuals and businesses ship their cargo, their stores from Nigeria to Canada, and also from Canada to Nigeria. So currently I'm in Guelph, Ontario. So now you must have heard about container. So what is container? Container is usually like a box, okay, by which shipping line move people's stuffs from one place to the other. So that's how they measure or they charge for their service. So each container has a measurement, a dimension. Okay. So for example, there are different types of containers. So there's a 20 foot container, there's a 40-foot container. Those are like regular container. There's a 45-foot container. So we also have a 20-foot high cube container. They're a little bit higher than the regular containers. So if you intend to ship a large volume of goods, so you can be asked, okay, how many containers would you need to ship your goods? That means that you're a big time wholesaler, you're a big time importer, importing from uh, Canada to Nigeria, from Nigeria to Canada. So you are a big time person. So it's you can once you have a very large volume of goods, so you either ship it by full container, by container, okay, or you ship it by a less than container. So we have two terms. We have full FCL, which is full container load. Your goods can fill uh, a container. You get. So, and we also have, so if your goods are not as much as can fill a container, then we now talk about less than container load. That is when they now bring in the term, they have the term CBM calculation. So if you are shipping food stuff, you're shipping clothes, materials, or anything, and it's not up to a container, so you will now have to buy a space in the container. So, and that space you are buying in that container is what we call CBM. So they will now calculate it based on, so you cannot afford to buy a full container load. So you can now buy a space in a container and share it with other people who are like you, who don't have as much goods to fill a whole container. So you will now be charged on CBM basis. So if you're approaching a logistic company and you tend to ship your items by the sea, so first thing you can ask that, how much do you charge by CBM? Okay, how much do you charge by CBM? All right. So, and again, if the third level is that if your good is not up to a CBM, you can then be charged per kg. So that's why I often hear people say, why is this agent charging me per kg on C, and uh, another, and actually the shipping company is charging by CBM. One thing is that if your good is not up to CBM level, so you will be charged per kg. So your freight forwarder, your logistic agent will charge you per kg. But the higher, so the more the size of your good, the 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 size of your good will determine how you are charged. If you have a large volume of good, you'll be charged per container. If your goods are not up to a container, you'll be charged per CBM. But if your volume of goods is not up to the CBM level, you'll be charged per kg. So it's cheaper to ship on the, okay, per unit of item you ship, it is cheaper shipping a whole container, okay, followed by shipping per CBM basis. Then the least cheap is the least affordable is per kg. So the larger the volume of the good you are shipping, the cheaper it becomes per unit basis. So I hope you understand it now. So let me just do a short recap. If you are looking to ship your product by sea, there are some terms you need to know. You need to understand what a container is. You need to understand, okay, there are different types of containers. There is a 20-foot container, there's a 40-foot container, there's a 20-foot IQ container, there's a 40-foot IQ container, and we also have 45 foot container as well. So their sizes vary. So your agent will ask you what's the volume of your goods. So if you don't know the volume, your volume can be calculated, and then it will be determined whether you are going to need a whole container. So if you are going to need a whole container, you'll be charged, okay, on the rate at which a container is charged. But if not up to a container, it will be the next thing to ask, is it up to a CBM? Okay, so how many CBM do we have? How many CBM is it? It is. For example, a 20-foot container contains about over 30 CBM. So if your goods is like, say it will occupy like 15 CBM, so you will be told the amount per CBM. For example, if a company is charging $300 per CBM and your volume of good is like 15 CBM, so that means you calculate 15 times the $300. That means that is the amount of money you are going to pay for that shipping. But then if your value is not up to a CBM, there is a minimum value of CBM that the shipping company would permit. So if your volume is not up to CBM, that means you will be charged based on the kg of your item. So I hope you get my gist this morning. So my name is Jide. I'm a shipper. I help individuals and businesses solve their logistic problem. So when you are shipping your items from Nigeria to Canada and from Canada to Nigeria, I'm your best plug. So do subscribe, follow my TikTok handle so as to be able to get more updates and gist about logistics. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.